Greetings one and all, this is Rhythmworks and welcome to my channel with some Destiny multiplayer gameplay action style. Now I did say that I was going to give you a channel update video. The video that basically stated it was my penultimate video actually wasn't my penultimate video because the Battlefield 1 beta came in and I just had to get me some of that action right there and then and present to you guys. So it wasn't the penultimate, but here is the channel update video as promised. Now, what has been happening with my channel? Well, my channel had to more or less basically be parked up because I had to deal with some life issues, as we all do from time to time in our walks of life. And from a technical aspect, I had to more or less park the channel for a little while simply because I made the cardinal mistake of putting a cup of tea next to my laptop and thus spilling the said cup of tea and more or less rendering the laptop useless. Apparently if you pour water down it or if you have water spillage on the laptop, it doesn't really matter that much because it can just literally just dry out and you can more or less start over again. But if you spill anything that contains sugar, it will eat into the keyboard and worst case scenario, it will eat into the motherboard. So I decided to take the laptop to the shop to get it fixed and used the new one, which I stated that I was going to use from the beginning, but I neglected to tell you guys that my new computer was also running slow. So I didn't really have anything to use, thus me parking all of that equipment. But since I got everything back and seems to be working in perfectly good working order, Elgato, the game capture that I basically use, decided to more or less put up an update where it includes the sound capture, where you can actually record stuff that's coming from your PC into the gameplay. But what they neglected to do, or maybe something that I'm overlooking, is the fact that I can't record my commentary over gameplay as I normally would have done prior to the update, and it has been pissing me off to no end. I've been asking quite a few people, haven't really had much responses from them, but it's okay, it's no biggie. So I decided to utilize my Sony Vegas, which I had in my computer for X amount of years now. It's not the editing software of choice that I basically use, but because I do music videos, I know how to get around that. So it wasn't really a problem to me. And then I linked up my good old brethren Pemby66, because you know Pemby66, the video file that he is, you know what I mean, you know, he steered me in the right direction in terms of settings and stuff like that for Sony Vegas Pro and all of that business, and just want to big him up for that. So I'm just kind of slowly getting back into just putting out gaming videos for you all to enjoy, and that has been the channel update. Now moving on swiftly from that, yesterday I watched the Sony meeting, conference, whatever you want to call it, that presented the now called PlayStation 4 Pro and the PlayStation Slim. I think that the Slim is going to be on retail, I think it's September, and I think the PlayStation 4 Pro is coming out, I think it's the 19th of November, but don't quote me on that. The reason why I'm kind of vague about the details is because I don't really have much interest, because it proves to me that Sony basically rush jobbed their PS4. The PS4 was a rush job all along. That's what it basically proves to me. And with the VR being released, it kind of begs the question, you know, are you really going to go all the way and buy all of that stuff just to be up with the Joneses, as it were? That's more or less like what, $2.5 grand worth of kit. You know, to me at the end of the day, all that this is basically doing is that they are following, like I said before, the gospel according to Apple. You know, they don't want people basically using products and having the products last a long time. because the way how technology works, they want people to upgrade and upgrade and upgrade. You know, it's an easy thing to get into when you buy your first iPhone, but it's a hard thing to maintain when you have to constantly upgrade and update and upgrade and update. You know what I mean? If I'm talking to somebody on the phone, I don't care that if it's an iPhone 7 or an iPhone 7 Plus he's talking on, as long as I can fucking hear him. Do you know what I'm saying? That is my thing. You know, but that's just me. I'm just old school. But what I think this is basically doing right now in the gaming fraternity, in the gaming market, is going to start cannibalizing all of us within the whole console war thing again. You know, the whole PC and console thing was kind of dying down, but now, you know, it's going to now create a whole console war within the singular console market. Because with the PS4, they're going to have an upgrade where you can upgrade to HDR, I think. And with the PS4 Pro, you know, it's going to be up. It's going to have the whole 4X. What am I talking about? 4K capabilities and HDR, and it will basically cater for PlayStation VR, and it will cater for, you know, us in the cheap seats with the HD TV. You know, which is, it's okay, but to me, it's still about gameplay. I don't care what nobody says. It is still about gameplay. You know, you can't polish a turd. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like if you play a game and the game is shit, I don't care if it's 60 frames a second, 100 frames a second, or 2 million frames a freaking second. If the gameplay is shit, the gameplay is absolutely shit. And it's not going to be a game you're going to want to play just because the graphics looks good on it either. So it begs the question, you know, what do you buy out of all of that? Well, for me, you know, the PSVR, as much as some people think it's a trend, some people think it's a fad, for me, it's an unknown quantity. And that's the selling point for me, where I can say, okay, I'm going to try this. And if I don't like it, yeah, I can trade it in, or I can sell it to one of my brethren then. Do you know what I mean? Whereas with the PS4 Slim, I've already got a PS4, right? It's going to be upgraded to cater for the HDR market. I hope I'm saying the acronym's right. I'm sure it's HDR, but forgive me if I got it wrong. It's such is the interest I'm paying towards this whole subject matter. But it's going to have an upgrade next week or this week. And with the PlayStation 4 Plus, it will be retailing at £350, which is not bad. So what they're kind of saying is that, you know, if you haven't got a PS4 yet, we're going to introduce you to the PS4 Slim. But if you really want to go real hardcore into your gaming and you want to invest, or you're already invested in a 4K TV, here's a console that will basically cater for it. You know, which is, it's cool in one sense, but in another sense, it's like, well, why didn't you fucking do all of that shit in the first place when you put out your PS4? That's the question I keep asking myself. Do you know what I mean? Now the question will be, am I going to buy one? I don't think I'm going to buy a PS4 Pro for now, because I don't have a 4K TV to play it through. You know, such was the mistake that I made when I bought a PS3, and I plugged it into a rear projection TV. Do you know what I mean? And I bought that shit for like £500 when that first came out. But then I sent it back, and I waited until I got an HD TV and then bought the PS3. Now this time around, I'm going to be in the same quandary with the PS4 Pro. I don't have a 4K TV. I just got my bog standard HD TV. Now I know what's going to be happening with my HD TVs. Now they're going to be freaking computer monitors for my studio, which is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. You know, because I'm one of these people who's like, you know, I don't just buy new shit and just throw away the old shit. You know, I have my stuff lasting me. You know what I mean? So I will find a use for that. But I'm not really gonna go out and buy a 4K TV, because my thing is like, if the games that's coming out from Sony for the PS4 is good, you know, you can say, yeah, you know, you're gonna be showing the games that we've already bought in a better quality, in a better light, as it were. But if the games are shit, the games are shit, no matter what quality the games are shown in. But anyway, that is my 2 pennies worth. Please let me know what you think of the whole PlayStation 4 Pro thing. Is it a pro thing, or is it an anti thing? Is it a con thing to you? Please let me know. And as always, you done know the coup. Whatever the game, media, platform, format, genre, happy gaming, because that's what it's truly about, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brothers and sisters. And until I catch you on the next one, please, gamers of the world, stay blessed. Megan.